And what the scanner shows me is when that alignment occurs. If you look at the Aussie US dollar right now, you can see the 15 and the 30-minute are both red, but the hourly is green. So you can see that there is a transition that's coming very close on the Australia. So if I click on that, notice all of the charts changed at the exact same time. And so now you can see that I've got a bearish, but bullish setup coming on this. So this is, you can see that this isn't a good trade opportunity because it's coming in line. But what this could be is this could be a return to the longer term bullish trend. So if this one closes long and this one closes long, then you can see that I'll have a green, red, green, and then it'll go green, 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 which will give me an opportunity to get back into the longer term bullish trend. If, however, it fails, and this maybe goes green and then comes back red again, while this stays red, and then this goes back to red, maybe that is a reversal point. And I have also, at that point, a good opportunity to go short. So this is a good setup and potential opportunity. And I find it just by simply scanning through my scanner, looking for where price is relative to this EMA. Okay, so that's the basics behind the strategy and the basics behind looking at it and trading it. And of course, you stay in as long as you have a higher high or a lower low below or above the EMA. If you get across over, then you exit the trade at that point, take your profits, and then move on to your next trade. Let's take a look at the configuration just to see what we're looking at. The EMA and price is what I've named it. So let's edit that. You can see under the chart configurator that I've configured 3 charts, 15-minute, 30-minute, and hourly charts. One of them is a big, large one, and the other 2 are slightly smaller on the right. So I don't have to worry about redefining those. The meat of the trade, however, is set up in the scanner configuration. So by pulling up the scanner configurator, then you can see I have only one rule set up. It's called the main CR, or the main color rule. And it is active because I had the check mark. If I were to undo the check mark, you can see I don't have any color rules defined for the 15-minute. But I need to have one defined, so let me go ahead and click that and make sure that I have my 15-minute setup and scanning using the rules within this strategy. To check the strategy, just simply click the edit box, the little pencil with the pad over on the right. The edit icon pulls up the color rule configurator, and here you can see the rules that you're using to make the analysis. So I'm looking at the current price. That's this price bar right here. I'm looking at that. I'm comparing price with the 15-period exponential moving average. Okay, it's based upon the close of price, and I'm looking at the current price with that price. If the current price is greater than the 15-period moving average, i.e., if the close of the current price is here greater than this EMA, then I'm going to say condition set 1 is true, and I will color my MT4 professional scanner cell green. Or that means that if this isn't true, then it's going to go into and evaluate this condition set. So it's always going to do this one first and then this one second, based upon the OR principles. One's going to be true or the other. This one, however, can be done with an AND, where that means price has to be greater than the 15, and see the little AND right there? I can add another condition here, and now that has to be true also. So price has to be greater than the MA15, and I can put another condition here to say that maybe I'll have a second moving average, say let me go ahead and put it in there. Let's say that the 15-period moving average has to be greater than a 30-period moving average, which I do not have. So let me go ahead and add it real quick. Go ahead and choose an indicator from my trend setup. I'll look for the moving average. I'll use that one. By default, it comes up as a 15, but I want it to be a 30 period. and not simple. I want it to be exponential based on the close of price. Okay. So now I'm looking to make sure that price is greater than the 15, and I want to make sure my 15 is greater than a 30. That's a little bit additional test. And it's also a little more conservative because you want to make sure that the moving average has crossed over an established longer time frame moving average, and price has also crossed over it. So your price is greater than that, that's greater than that. That's a much more bullish setup. And you can do the same thing over here on the bearish side. Click your plus, look at your MA15. Also make sure that it is less than, and then you pull up your 30 because your 30 has already been defined previously. So now all you have to do is just pull it up from the drop-down menu. So simple, so easy to follow. Well, that's the bearish condition. If this one is true and this one isn't, then the cell will be colored red. If neither one of the two conditions are true, by default, it'll go to the yellow color, which is defined up here. And of course, always give your rules a name. This one is just a name I gave it. You can give it any name you like and set this condition up. Once you're done, just click OK. I'm going to click cancel because I don't need to keep these changes for something I've already done. And you click OK to set that up, and then you're all set. Click save, and you're done. Once you've saved it, always reload it by clicking the load button, and it resets the conditions of all of the scan rules and of all of the changes to your charts and redraws it for you. Are there any questions so far on setting up the configurator, on inserting or using any of the indicators or applying them to your charts? I mean, it's so easy to do. Anybody can set it up and get it going. And it's so powerful because it does all the work in the background for you. All you have to do is look at the scanner output and consider the trade itself. So you focus on the instructions and your strategy. You don't have to focus on the background or setting it up every time or the mechanics of the trade. All you're looking for is the setup and then the trade execution. It couldn't get any easier than that. That way you focus on your trade management and making sure that you're staying on the right side of the market. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that. All right, so that was the EMA and price. Now let's look at a moving average crossover. I think I did most of that. I don't, let me see if I do. Crossover, there it is. There's a simple, yes, simple moving average cross. Let me load that for you. All right, so here we are. We got 4 time frames. We've got a simple moving average cross on a 5, 15, hour, and 4-hour chart. 5, 15, hour, and 4-hour chart. So let's look to see what these configurations are. This one looks like it's a 30 period simple moving average, and this one is a 15 period. So it looks like I had it already set up on the previous one. I should have just saved it. But let's pull up the configuration just to make it. Click edit. You can see on the charts, I have 4 charts, 5, 15, hourly, 4-hour. Of course, simple pull down menu, you can change those to be any time frame available on either MT4 or MT5. So it's your choice. Here, I can choose any template that I have created. This is a template that I made called the SMA 1530. Of course, if you click the plus sign, you can load any template you have available on your MT4 or MT5 platform. So you're not limited on any of the work you've already done. You can pull it in and load it here. Once it's loaded, it automatically gets backed up and saved to the cloud, which means you're not going to ever lose it. You can go anywhere and have full access to all of your templates and all of your configurations because they're already saved and stored in the cloud. All right. So let's pull up the scanner and see what the scanner rules are for this moving average crossover. Here again, I called my color rule the SMA 1530. And the time frame, again, I'm using 4 time frames, a 5, a 15, hourly, and a 4-hour. Of course, and I can change it to any time frame that's available to my MT4 platform. Not a problem at all. So let's look at the color rules for the simple moving average 1530 by clicking on the icon. I do have two conditions. Here I'm looking for a 15 period greater than a 30. I'm also looking for the close of price to be greater than the MA30. So I'm looking for a bullish setup where you have a crossover. So here's an example right here where the 15 crossed over the 30 and price is less than this 30 period. All right, here's another example there, here's another example there. So you can see the crossover condition and the setup. For the bearish condition, it's the setup where the 15 is less than the 30 and price is less than the 30. Those are the conditions. Very simple. To set that up, let me just go ahead and click the plus sign again. You just pull in any indicator that you have available on MT4. Any of the trend indicators are all available here. There's your moving average. Any of your oscillator indicators are also available here. Your MACD is probably the most popular RSI. Or you can choose any of your the other indicators that are available. If you choose price, then you have access to all of the price parameters. The current price, the open, the close, the high, or the low of the current price for your comparison. So if you're looking at any of these specifications within each of the bars, you're not limited in any way. MT4 Professional allows you to be you and to put your strategy the way you developed it so that you can do the analysis the way you want it. If you have a custom indicator, absolutely. Just click the pick from your computer button, and that way you can pull up any of the custom indicators that you have access to on your MT4 or MT5 platform. Here you can see I have a lot of custom indicators, so I can use any of those. And I've got quite a few custom indicator examples set up to show you if you would like. So just simply select one or any of these that you're looking at using. Click the open button, and then it goes through and allows you to set up the parameters for each of the indicators with the parameter values at the inputs in order that they're displayed. So if I were to pull up that indicator and look through these individually, then you can see I can set these up in any order that I want if they need to be moved or changed. Now notice the default indicator parameter is checked. So if you don't have to change anything, this is the easiest setup. Just leave this here. All of these values are already predefined as default, and then it will automatically be used. If the custom indicator has multiple outputs, then you need to select which output line you're going to use on the demonstration. So notice you have access to the first 8 outputs of the indicator. Most indicators don't have more than 8 outputs, but you select the one that you're looking at comparing. And if you needed to compare, say, output 1 with output 3, or maybe you're getting a signal from output 4 and you need to check that with the output of 1, or maybe even price. Of course, you can get any of those values to access to those. Once you've defined the setup, then you just simply click OK and set the output up there. I'll go ahead and get rid of that since I don't need it. And get that set up. How would I integrate MT4 with TradingView charts? You know, I don't think you can integrate MT4 with TradingView because MT4 is a platform just like TradingView is a platform. So you can't integrate a platform with a platform, if that makes any sense. Now you can get your broker data from whatever your brokerages are, like that you're trading on MT4, available on TradingView. But as far as the software is concerned, this software is made specifically for MT4 or MT5 and will not run on TradingView. Well, hello, Vana. Can I show adding the zones? I can't trade without your zones. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. It's been such a while since I've done it, but let me finish this right up here and then I'll get right into that. Are there any questions on adding the multiple moving averages to a chart and then checking it out and using it. We do have these preset configurations for you. So if you wanted to use the EMA and price, then we already have it set up for you. If you want to use a MACD with signal, or if you wanted to use the relative strength or a simple moving average cross, all of those are already preset for you, and you can just pull them right out of the box and start using them. The strategies are already set up and ready to go, including the ever popular alligator indicator.